Hey, this is Natalie. I wanted to show you how I make my tempeh pasta. It's kind of Puerto Rican style. So I always start on a medium-high fire, and I tried my best to use coconut oil, the spray, because you don't want too much of the oil because it has a lot of fat in it, obviously, and the coconut oil doesn't. I always start with red onions. So stick the red onions inside and kind of break it up, and this is why it's supposed to be medium high, so this way it can be cooked a little faster. And I'm also going to be adding garlic, but the garlic cooks pretty fast, so we'll start with the onions, and basically you just keep on moving them around, so this way each of them get heat. This one has lip of the end, so I'm going to take that one out. I think you can start hearing it sizzle. Now this is a recipe that's super low in carbs. It's totally vegan, and I usually have this when I need to lose a couple pounds or something like that quickly, because it's just super low in carbs and calories. I wish you guys could smell the onions. I love onions. If you don't like onions, obviously skip this part, but it really gives it a nice flavor. Next, I will be adding my garlic. By the way, the onions are just about 2 slices of onions chopped up, and the garlic is 3 cloves that I minced. Wow, the smell is delicious. And once that gets sort of a little bit soft, I'm going to lower the heat, because if not, then I'll burn the pan. But I'm going to wind up lowering the heat to medium instead of medium high. So I'm just going to let it cook a little bit more. And then I'm going to lower the heat. Now, this is 1 pack of tempeh, and I chop them up into these kind of square little pieces, and I'm just going to stick them in. I'm going to try to keep them flat as possible, so this way they can cook on that side. And also, when I season them with my Sazon, I can get it pretty much on everything. So this is the Sazon that I like to use. It's not just regular Sazon, it's tropical, because it's lower in salt. Not that I'm watching my salt intake, but I think it's good to not have anything too salty. And this way you could taste the flavors. So I'm just going to sprinkle a bit, not too much, on here. Try to get them all. Okay, I still have like so much left of this. At this point, I'm going to be adding a little bit of water, if I could find my cup. Okay, now I have a half a cup of water that I'm just going to stir in. And this is going to get it cooking really nice. And all the flavors are going to go into the tempeh. And at the same time it doesn't burn the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to try my best to flip a couple of them over. It's not really mandatory because the flavors is getting everywhere. As you can see when I turn them over, some of them are white, some of them are not. I got pretty much all of them. Okay, so now it depends on how much color they are on this side, and they are pretty much good colored, but if for some reason you don't get that nice kind of orangey look, I would just add a little more. I never measure this. The package I think is like could be like 1 tablespoon, but I never use it all. But I'll just sprinkle just a little bit on the ones that look like they don't have that much color. I like to keep moving them around. I don't want anything sticking to the pot. I'll let them cook a little bit while they're there. Now what I've done already is I made, I didn't make, but I bought the Pasta Zero. This has 15 calories and only 4 carbs. And so the problem with this is that it's really long, so what I do is I put it in the strainer and I rinse it out, and then with a scissor I cut them to tiny pieces. And once I feel that tempeh only needs to be cooked a little bit on both sides, it's not like because I cut it so thin that it cooks pretty fast. If you're going to cut bigger chunks, then I guess you would want to cook it a little bit longer, but mine are pretty thin. At this point, I take my pasta that I strained and cut, and I put it in. I also take cilantro and mix them all together. This dish, to me, everybody's different, but this dish to me reminds me of years ago, before I was vegan. I used to like eating chicken and pasta. And so I like to mix this in pretty well. I'm going to put the heat up just a little bit more. This pasta here doesn't need to be cooked, it just needs to be warmed up. I'm going to spread it out a little bit just so that it really warms up really well. Then I take my plate. And voila, you have tempeh with pasta, super low in carbs and totally vegan. Thanks for watching.